big ship, and we were taking amphibious training. And this amphibious training, I had to carry a 50-pound sack of sugar up a steep stairs, and the ship kind of jerked like that, and I hurt my back, you know. So when I went back to the company, which was right over in a little forest there, when I went back to the company, I asked the sergeant, I says, I don't believe I can operate the way I am. I says, my back's awful bad. He says, well, why don't you go down to the hospital? I says, okay, but how am I going to get there? He says, well, just walk through this little path and get down to the main road down there. And he says, just hitchhike to you.
Hitchhike?
Yeah. So I had to hitchhike to the hospital.
They didn't have a Jeep they could drive you there?
Didn't have a Jeep, no. Just get down there and hitchhike. So
And you're hitchhiking on other military vehicles, people going somewhere, or?
Well, that's the way I got a ride.
Yeah.
She got a ride. But that's the first white woman I saw for 2 years.
What was that like?
Well,
You mean at the hospital?
She was working in the hospital.
At the hospital.
It was, I tell you what it was like, if you ever watch a show on television, it was a MASH hospital.
Okay.
Probably the same as it was in Korea a few years later.
Sure.
Same setup.
They were.
It wasn't MASH.
Korea.
MASH was set up in Korea on
Yep.
TV. That was Korea.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I heard that was pretty factual the way they did that on TV. Is that correct?
I don't know how that was, but I saw him operate when I was in the hospital in those tents. I saw him operate by artificial light and with tent size, you know how they roll in
Oh, yeah.
in time.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just walk by there at nighttime and see him operate.
Well, I was on the computer one night looking at photos of surgery during World War II in the caves, okay?
Oh,
I saw a picture of a doctor cutting a guy. Doctor had no shirt on.
oh,
He had a pair of gloves on, that was it. He had a scalpel in his hand, he had a hat on, and no shirt, blood all over him.
was that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And, you know, they always, since I work in surgery, I talk to a lot of doctors about this. And of course, in their training, they're told how it was back then.
Yeah.
And they all said the number one thing back then was to try to stabilize the patient to be
Sure.
transferred, stop the bleeding. That was number one, stop the bleeding.
That was his main thing,
Stop the bleeding. Get him where we could transfer
to
him.
get the guy so he could kind of exist a little bit till they got into a hospital where they could give him blood and stuff.
I bet you a lot of guys died en route, you know.